We will now see details on the production rollout and publication of smart device applications. So far, we've made reference to the application we developed for a real estate agency, which is part of a corporate application that enables the performance of specific tasks on a smart device. However, a market of significance among mobile applications is that of applications for public use or for personal consumption. The natural way to set the production rollover of an application for smart devices we develop, or to publish it, is to resort to the online stores that provide us with various platforms. But in the case of corporate applications, it is often not possible to publish them on virtual stores, because some applications should only be made available to those within the corporation, and access by any user is not desired. The production rollover of corporate applications usually takes place on the company's private server. However, it must be made accessible through the internet, and that's what makes the cloud a possible option, as we've already seen. When we generate from GeneXus then, in addition to the web application, REST services in the native application, whether APK, JAD, or IPA, as the case may be, will also be copied on the server. This makes the smart device application available for installation on devices, and for executing it by accessing the REST services found on the corporate server. In turn, the REST services will access the data of the corporate database. For publishing applications, the virtual stores available are Google Play for Android applications, Apple Store for iOS, and BlackBerry App World for BlackBerry. Virtual stores are basically application catalogs where users may search for and download applications from their devices. Applications were classified in order to make the search simpler. Stores implement ranking mechanisms based on the number of downloads and on user preferences. Some applications are free of charge, while others must be paid for. Stores provide developers of smart device applications with numerous advantages, such as reaching an enormous number of users since the market is subject to continuous growth, finding solutions for collecting the amounts corresponding to paid applications, having mechanisms for sending notifications to users in the cases of updates to applications, getting statistical data on the number of downloads for an application, the devices on which it was downloaded, etc. In a way, stores have made the development for smart devices something more democratic, by allowing all developers the same opportunities for publishing their applications. Prior to publishing applications in virtual stores, 3 stages must be completed. The first stage is registering at the stores for uploading and publishing applications for smart devices. The second stage consists of preparing the application, that is, complying with a number of steps for the publication to prove successful. The necessary steps are reviewing the documents provided by virtual stores concerning different subject matters in order to avoid applications from being refused, signing the compiled pack corresponding to the application, as we've seen, obtaining all the resources necessary, such as images, icons, screen captures, etc., all of which will be required at the time of publishing the application. And lastly, versioning the application. This implies keeping a version number for the application to be modified according to possible upgrades or updates. GeneXus includes properties for automatically managing the versioning of applications. Let's see how this works. The properties for versioning applications are associated with main objects. So let's see the main object in our real estate agency application, that is, the dashboard. We can see that, for each platform, we have a set of properties to manage the versioning. More specifically, we have the version code, which by default will be 1.0 for the first version generated. Once the application is published and end users are installed on their devices, at the time of updating the version, we must take the version code into account. Because it's a minor change, for example, if we make a change in the events or something that does not affect the database, it will not be necessary to publish or approve the application again. We simply update the application on the devices, so we will generate version 1.1 for our application. However, if we are making a major change, like changes in services or to the database, then we will have to install a new version, that is, a new application pack. And in such cases, we will be generating version 2.0 for the application upgrade process to take place automatically. So, depending on the version code, it will be just an update, or otherwise we will be replacing the entire application. The user finds out about the situation by means of messages he receives when the application is executed. Lastly, the application is published on the website of each virtual store. Upon accessing the site, the first thing to do is the authentication with the corresponding account. Then the application pack is uploaded, with the price in the case of paid applications, and all the information necessary as indicated for the preparation stage. The application must be then approved to remain online for downloads from the corresponding sites. And that's it. Take advantage of the benefits offered by GeneXus for prototyping and executing on different platforms by simply configuring properties. You can also easily perform the production rollout and publication of your applications for smart devices.